G'day guys, my name is Trent, aka LaxLime, bringing you week 4 of the PGL. We are up against the Danbury Dragonairs. Powdah is the head coach. As usual, his link will be in the description below. Powdah has a very, very threatening and scary team. It's actually a team that I could have drafted with a Menifee. He's also got a Menifee. He's got Magnezone as well, who I really wanted to pick up, and also I wanted Tauros, which he ended up taking as well. So yeah, but we will get into this battle. I am bringing my Shaman, who is Life Orbed. It is an attacker. Screen Yuxi, Mega Metagross, the man, the monster. Tentacruel, who is Assault Vested. My choice scarfed Dodrio, and also I think it's an expert Bell Keldeo. Dodrio pretty much can harm his team quite a lot with a Brave Bird. It is very threatening. I think it does at least 50% to his whole team. So like it's gonna really be a monster against his team, and yeah, it's a good mon. It's a good mon, and I think people underestimate it. But we'll get in the battle, and I'll stop talking. So we'll just get into it. So my plan really was just to lead out with Shaman, because I sort of expected that he'd lead with Claydol. Shaman unfortunately isn't able to KO Claydol at this range with the Giga Drain, but it actually does like pretty much, yeah, exactly what I needed to do. Just not enough, unfortunately, and I knew that was coming. I decided to go for the Air Slash on the next turn, basically because if he does decide to switch anything in or out, or just comes in with something, Air Slash sort of hit most of his team better than what Giga Drain would. And I knew that it was going to kill at that range anyway. So Claydol is down, first mon. That was obviously his defensive mon as well. So it was good to see it gone. He does bring in Landorus at this point. Now, I know he probably has the Sludge Wave or the Sludge Bomb or whatever which he carries, and Shaman ain't going to slide that, so I decided to go on Yuxi, probably my best bet to actually take it, but he must have made a bit of a prediction here and went for the Earth Power. More than happy with that, because I do have Levitate, and I can just sort of start setting up my screens at this point. He does carry the knockoff. I was sort of expecting that he would, but hoping that he wouldn't. So I probably should have went for the Reflect on the first turn and then the Light Screen on the second turn. However, it doesn't really matter. Unfortunately, because of the knockoff, I can't really keep Yuxi around because I don't want anything to come in and take it. So I just decided to set up my screens and, just let Yuxi go down. Unfortunately, it does knock off the Light Clay, which will mean it only lasts for the 5 turns, which is sort of annoying, but, things happen. It happens. From here, I can bring in Keldeo. Keldeo will be able to outspeed, because I did build this Keldeo to make sure it did outspeed this Landorus, because I'm able to take it out with a Surf or an HP Ice. I did make a little bit of an over prediction here going for the Surf, thinking that he was going to bring in Menifee. So I really should have just went for the HP Ice, because HP Ice would have done like 70% to this Rotom Mow, and that would have made life so much easier. I was actually fearing this Rotom was Scarfed, and I knew it would probably go for the Volt Switch, so I decided to switch into Shaman, because Shaman isn't gonna really take any damage from that. However, in saying that, he's gonna get really good momentum on me here and be able to go into Landorus or Infinite, I was expecting. He does go into Infinite, Landorus, sorry, and it took a long time to make this decision. It was either sack off Shaman or sack off another mon. So I basically had to decide to sack off a Shaman, which was a bit disappointing because Menifee can really, if it sets up some Tail Glows, I'm in a lot of trouble. But I sort of had a way of around it and a way of sort of messing with it and trying to take it out. So I was happy with that decision. I decided I won't overpredict this time and just go for the HP Ice. And this time, of course, he brings in the Gardevoir. So HP Ice isn't going to do too much. It'll probably do like 20%. And if I went for the Surf, it actually would have done a lot more. But, you can't win them all. Keldeo's not going to survive any attacks, so I decided to switch out and go into Metagross, because I assumed that it would be able to take this Hyper Voice a hell of a lot better than it did, because I was actually really shocked. This Metagross is actually a little bit different from what I have been running in the past. Mostly I've been running HP and more defensively invested Metagrosses to be able to take more attacks. So when I saw that damage, I was like, whoa, you did not take that well at all. So I'm go for the Mega Evolve. I've just got to go for Meteor Mash because I know Meteor Mash is going to kill. Bullet Punch won't. And he goes for the Will-O-Wisp. And I'm really, really lucky to have for him to miss that, because that could have actually potentially done a lot of damage to me, like a hell of a lot of damage to me. So he does go into his Infinite here. There's no way that Metagross is staying around for this, so I have to switch out, and I thought my best bet was Tentacruel, thinking that he would probably go for the Overheat or Flare Blitz or something along those lines. He does go for the Overheat. It's going to do diddly nothing to Tentacruel. He's just going to eat that up like it's breakfast. He's not going to care whatsoever. And he's going to probably switch out at this time. At this point, I was not 100% sure if that thing was Scarfed or not. I was really, really tossing up between this thing Scarfed or Tentacruel. So Rotom or what's the other one? I'm getting my ways. Infinite being Scarfed. So I was trying to really, really work it out. I figured that he was going to go for the Volt Switch at this turn, and I was okay to take that. Tentacruel was just being Tentacruel, you know. And I sort of didn't want him to get too much momentum on me, so I decided to stay in and take that, and I just decided to go for the Sludge Bomb, really just fishing for a poison. I do have Rapid Spin on this, and those rocks are actually really, really annoying, and I don't really want the rocks up when Dodria's around, because I don't want Dodria taking too much damage. So I'm able to get rid of those rocks, and he just ends up going for a Scald, which I'm surprised doesn't do too much. Like, I knew it wouldn't do too much, but this tells me that he's probably not very much specially attack invested, and he's probably more defensively invested, which is a good idea, especially if he has Tail Glow, because can be very painful. I just decided to go for the Sludge Bomb, trying to fish for the poison. I just really wanted the poison, just so this thing couldn't stain if it does get Tail Glows up. Now, it does have one Tail Glow up. That's scary enough as it is. It's actually really, really threatening. You can't mess around with a Menifee with Tail Glow. You really can't. It's petrifying. At this point, I was sort of tossing up for a little while what to do. It's kind of sitting at a point where Dodrio can come in and potentially take it out with a Brave Bird. And if not, at least I'll be able to threaten it out, thinking that it probably would. It does hit hard. It would have done about 60%, and he was sort of sitting at that range. But I am able to get the Brave Bird off on Landorus, which is going to do a buttload of damage. Like, so much damage. Not enough to take it out, which is a little unfortunate. But I am Scarfed, so I know that I'm going to outspeed, and, you know, Dodria's got to get its kill somehow. So Landorus is down. Dodrio, the monster, coming in and just annihilating that Uber Pokemon. Basically from here, he does go on a Menifee. I didn't want to stick around with Dodrio because I really looked at what he had left, and Dodrio actually puts in a lot of work, so I wanted to take him out, and Keldeo was sort of my best bet to come into. There's nothing that Menifee can really do to Keldeo. I know that I can't really do much to Menifee, but my plan was just get a Secret Sword off, try to get it down to a point where it's like reasonable, and then go from there. Like it does like 30 or so percent. It's not much, but I know that Scald isn't doing too much, so I sort of decide from here that I need to set up a Calm Mind, because he's going to rest up on me, and because of the hydration, like, he's got the rain up, he's going to rest up on me, and it's going to be really, really annoying. So I took this opportunity, because I figured he was going to go for the rest, to go for the Calm Mind, to try to get him down. Like, really, what I wanted to do at this point was get him down under 50%, and I know that Dodrio can come in and actually kill. So that was my plan. I thought it was a good plan. I went with it. So I'm able to get that Calm Mind up and Special Defense, and he ends up going for the Tail Glow on this turn. So that's a little annoying, because I can't survive too many Scalds from Menifee with the Tail Glow. He's also got one move he hasn't shown yet, so I don't know what that is. I wasn't 100% sure what it is, and I don't think I saw it. So I am able to get the Sacred Sword off on the next turn. Unfortunately, it's like not going to be enough to kill, but it is at a decent range for me to you're able to take it out with pretty much anything. Metagross can come in and bullet punch, and it should be able to take it out. He does surprise me and go for the Rain Dance on this turn. I was a bit like, what? Because if he went for the Scold, I probably would have been in the worst position, because Keldeo wouldn't have survived that at all, like really at all. He does withdraw here and actually goes into his Motown. I just go for the Sacred Sword. It's gonna kill. That's fine. He pretty much sacked that off, which is great. And then he will go into Infernate. I can't talk. He's gonna go for the Earthquake. Pretty much at this point, I was like, yeah, this thing's got to be scarfed. It really has to be scarfed, because yeah, it's got to be scarfed. So I can go into Dodrio. He's got to switch out, so that means something needs to die. He's got the Rain up too, which is really like a little potentially bad. But I'm able to go for Brave Bird. Manaphy does go down, and Dodrio getting the second kill of the game. And I don't think I'm going to outspeed the Infinite, because Dodrio is just not fast enough. I think it's 100 base and Infinite's 108. But he does go for the Overheat on this turn, and because of the rain, it actually doesn't kill, which I kind of forgot at that point in time, and I was able to actually survive that on a decent amount of HP, go for the Brave Bird, and this is definitely going to kill Infamate. So, it was a good battle, and I'm so glad that Dodrio came in and got 3 kills. I was so stoked about that. So I did go down on this turn, which means that it was a 1-0 in my favor, but Powder, you did a really good job. Like, it was such a good battle. I really wanted the win. Because it sort of put me in a better position. So I was pretty nervous, like, going into it, and it was a good game. I had such fun. And yeah, that's pretty much all from me, guys. If you did enjoy, stick around, and I will catch you guys next time. See ya.